Welcome to Data Science using Python. This time we're going to talk about histograms again, but we're going to talk about how to modify them some. So in a previous video, we looked really quick at how to make a histogram, but here we're going to see how we can adjust the histogram to do things that we want it to do, and some of these things will work on other plots as well. So let's just do a simple histogram here really quick, and we can do PLT for our matplot lib, and here we're going to do hist, and we're just going to put in the data set that we've been working with. So I'm going to put in here imp1, and we played with this before, so you should know what this is going to look like. So if I run this code, here we go. This is the plot we got, and this is that we got the last time as well. But what we would like to do is jazz it up a little bit, because we really didn't get a chance to do much with it last time. So let's see, let's make it a little nicer, and we'll keep going a little nicer. So I'm just going to take plot hist imp1 df, and then imp1. Soon I'll start copying and pasting, but I can do face color equals here, let's say blue, but I also want to change, because if you notice here, there's really no definition between these blocks. I can change the edge color. In this case, I could make it equal to black, and we'll see what this looks like. Just see if it makes it stand out a little bit more than what's already there. And sure enough, it does stand out differently. And you don't have to choose blue or anything like that. But you can see it now has edge colors around it, so it makes it stand out a little bit easier than the previous one. All right, so the next thing we might want to do is start adding some titles and things to it. And this works exactly the same way as before. However, we're going to play with it a little bit. So here, let's see, plot x label will be equal to in quotes impulsivity1, and let's say, see how that looks. We're going to add a y label as well, like we just did before, and we'll put in here this would be frequency, how often it happened. Okay, so how often did it occur? And if I run this, now I get this picture, which is a little bit nicer than the last picture. But what if I wanted to add some summaries to this, right? So I want to get more information onto this picture than what is here. So what we can do is we can change just a few simple things on this. I'm just copied and pasted this, and I'm just going to change my X label just a little bit. So I'm going to use this \n, and you'll see what it does here in just a second. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add mean equals 7204, okay, and the standard deviation is, let's see, 2.77, and we did this last time, and I'll show you how to get it again here in just a second. Okay, so if I did this, now let's see what this produces for us. Notice now it gives us this information down here in the bottom that we didn't have before, so the picture is giving us more and more information. But here I actually had to go and calculate this, and that can be a little bit of a frustration in the sense that I just knew those numbers from previously. But what we can do is we can actually change this code to concatenate together information. So one thing I might want to do is here, put in quotes. I'm going to get rid of this number here, and I'm going to actually put in str. It's going to turn it into a string of my imp1 underscore df dot imp1 dot mean. And if I do this, okay, that's going to turn it into a string, and then I need to add a plus sign in front of it, so it'll concatenate it together. And then I'll add a plus sign over here, and we'll see what this does. And if I run this here, notice I get the same plot, but this time it actually calculated this number for me. Okay, it didn't just simply take the 7204. It actually calculated that number for me. And this can be really handy, especially if you're making plots over and over again, week after week after week. You know, for various reasons, it will automatically generate the summary for you. And let's change this one more way here. Essentially, what we're going to do is have it calculate the standard deviation. And now, right now, it'll look a little bit rough, but we'll get it to work. So here I'm just putting some space in here so we can get this to work. All right. And here we got standard deviation equals, I'm going to put quotes, plus str. And if you remember, there was a function to get this value as well. Okay, so I'm going to copy this and paste this here. And instead of mean, it was STD for standard deviation. Okay, and then I don't need anything else here. But what I am going to do, just to make this easier, because this is not going to look as good as I'd like it to, I'm going to put another \n. And what that's going to do is it's going to give me another line in between here. So I have \n. And let's see what this looks like. It's telling me I missed a quote or something. Or yes, I'm missing a parenthesis. Now it should work. I run this, and notice what it did. It actually calculated this, but it gave me all the digits. And in a later video, I'll show you how to round these things off. But right now, what I'm hoping you get out of this is, number one, you can make a histogram. You can put some edge lines in. You can change the color. You can play around with the labels here. So we have labels. We can play around with these and make them actually quite useful to us in the sense that, notice that it automatically calculated these. We didn't have to pre-calculate them, and that's really a neat thing that we can do here. And when you do things in production, often you want things to be dynamic and happen on the fly, so that's what we're trying to demonstrate here. All right, so in the next video, we're going to look at maybe a little bit more plotting, or maybe we'll jump to doing some simple statistical tests. All right, but we'll see you there.